So now we're going to talk about the triangle choke from the full guard. First off, what is the triangle choke? With Lachlan in my full guard, the triangle choke is a choke done with my legs. There's a cardinal rule when Lachlan is in my full guard. Both hands are inside the guard, or both hands are under the guard like this. Never do you want one hand in and then one hand under. This is what I want. From here, this is the trigger position for the triangle. Right away, immediately, once I get this, I see this, I'm going to go and I'm going to lock my ankles together. I'm going to close my guard like this. From here, almost always the person will realize that he's in a triangle position and he's going to try and bridge his head up to the sky. This is actually pretty good for me because then I can control his arm. I'm going to pin it to across my hip. See how his right elbow is to my right hip. From here, I'm going to drive my knees back in. Like I'm trying to bring my knees to my shoulders. This will break his posture down. Once I have his posture down, I want to keep it down always. This is imperative. I grab the top of his head and I pull it down. I can use both hands here on the top of his head, or one hand on his head and one hand on my shin. Always the shin, never the toe here, because you're going to hyperextend your ankle. So here, grabbing here, my free foot like this goes to the hip to try and adjust the angle. I always want to go towards the hand that I have captured. See how Lachlan's right arm points to my right. This is where I want to take my body. So always breaking the posture, always keeping this, controlling here as well. Here my foot can go on the hip to make myself go over, or putting my foot on the floor to get myself over. Once I have this, I can tie up the knot. What do I mean by the knot? The knot referring to my knee going over top of the ankle. You see how my foot here, the toes point to the sky. This helps to capture my knee, like so. Really, really important to do. I always want to tie the knot up over the shoulder that I have. See the shoulder that I have? This is where the knot goes. A common mistake is to put the knot this way. It will still work, but not nearly as effective as this side. The shoulder that I have, I always want to hide with the knot. You see how my knee hides that, and the knee is on his temple, and then closing here down. A common mistake is to be square to Lachlan. I'm tying up the triangle. I can still see his shoulder. This is still a good position for Lachlan to defend. You can finish some people from here, however. So once again, always pulling down on the posture. I'm always bringing my head towards the hand that I have entangled, either using my foot against the mat, or here on the mat, or on the hip, controlling my ankle or on the top of his head. Once I have this position, like so, tying down the knot, my heel goes down and I squeeze my knees together for the triangle choke. Excellent. Triangle choke from the closed guard.